If you're planning to retire earlier than age 59 and a half, it's important to think about where you're saving and what kind of access you're going to have to that money when you need it. My name is Michael Carlson. I'm a certified financial planner with Carlson Wealth Advisors. You can find out more about me and our firm by clicking in the link to our website down below this video. There's kind of this growing movement around this idea of retiring early. With traditional IRAs and similar types of retirement accounts, in normal circumstances, you can't really pull from those accounts without penalty earlier than age 59 and a half. So what I want to tell you about today is one method that you can use to avoid those penalties. And what this little program is called, it's something that is codified in federal law. This program is called Substantially Equal Periodic Payments. What these allow you to do, and I'm just going to call them SEP or SEPs. What a SEP allows you to do is take money from your retirement account. I will qualify this, not a 401k, but from an IRA prior to age 59 and a half. Still have to pay regular income taxes on it, no way around that, but you avoid the penalty. The way this works is essentially you calculate a certain amount that you can take out from your IRA, and you're going to take that amount every single year. Once you start this program, you have to take it for at least 5 years or until you turn age 59 and a half. The or in there is which of those dates comes later. If you retire at age 40 and you start a SEP program, then you're going to be taking that for the next 19 and a half years till you turn 59 and a half. If you retire at, say, 58, you have to continue to take these for 5 years. So until you are 63, you can't stop at age 59 and a half with that. If you do choose to stop prior to hitting that point in the future, you're going to come up against something that is not very fun at all. Remember all those penalties that we were avoiding by taking money through this program? Well, now the government is going to step in and say, you have to pay all of those penalties you've avoided over how many years you've been taking these distributions, plus interest on top of it. So once you start this thing, once you put it in motion, you want to be really, really sure that you're going to stick with this program. The rules state there are 3 different ways that you can calculate what these payments are going to be. Before I tell you about that, though, I want to put out a really useful caveat here. Let's say you've got an IRA that's worth $500,000. You want to retire and you want to start this program of substantially equal periodic payments, but you don't need the kind of income that's going to be produced off of $500,000. Let's say you only need really $200,000 of that to produce the income that you need. Well, you're stuck on whatever calculation method the government says you're allowed to use, but what you can do is you can separate that into multiple IRAs. So instead of having one IRA with $500,000, you can open up another IRA, divide those assets. One has $300,000, one has $200,000, and just choose to take the IRA with $200,000 and start this program. That can help you get to an income that maybe is better for you, still protect this other amount of IRA assets. Say, you know what, I don't need to take money off there. I can just let it grow and do its thing and have more money in the future. Now, the way that we calculate these things, like I said, there are 3 different methods. One is amortization, one is annuitization, and one is the required minimum distribution calculation. I'm not going to go through the calculations for each of these things. They end up being fairly close to one another, just different ways of doing it. And the way to choose which one's best for you is by figuring out how much income do I need and which one of these methods is going to get me there. Keep in mind, once you start these things, you are pretty much stuck with them. You do have the option, one time, over however long that period of time ends up being for you, whether it's 20 years or 5 years, You can change the method by which you calculate those substantially equal periodic payments. I said I was going to keep saying SIP, but now I'm saying the whole thing again. So hope that's not too confusing for you. Now that I've gone all over that, you want to be really careful before committing to a program like this. You go back to work at 50 after you've been retired for 6 years. You say, I can't do this anymore. You still have to keep taking that income. Otherwise, you are going to be paying all those penalties plus interest on top of it. Something that you may want to consider, and I think this is a good idea regardless, if you're thinking you might want to retire early, is not putting all your money into a single type of account. 401ks, other types of retirement plans, really great tax benefits depending on your situation. But you are kind of restricted in your options, and not only how much you can put in there, but how much and when you can take out of there. Another option is to open up a brokerage account, a non-IRA type of account. Nice thing about these types of accounts, you can put in as much money as you want. Oftentimes you can use the same investments, if not have more investment options than what you might have at your 401k. You can also take out as much as you want, whenever you want. Are there tax consequences to that? Of course, it's hard to avoid taxes anywhere, okay? But those taxes are going to be based on capital gains and capital losses as opposed to regular income tax rates. The thing I want you to remember and keep in mind is it's always good to have options. Don't just diversify your portfolio in terms of stocks and bonds, but also try to diversify your account selection, if you will. Have some in traditional IRA assets, have some in Roth IRA assets, have some in non-IRA assets. Setting things up that way is going to give you the most flexibility, the highest number of choices, make things a little bit easier when life changes. If you have questions about this or any other financial planning topics, please don't hesitate to reach out. Happy to take 15 minutes with anybody, really. And often find that 15 minutes turns into a little bit more because I like talking about this stuff. But feel free to reach out. You can find my contact information and our website below this video. Again, I'm Michael Carlson. Have a great day.